Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The CNMI governor addresses the state of the Commonwealth, and it could be better.
Also tonight, our airport today. The open spaces and a chapter that has ended, leaving the CNMI with questions of what's to come.
And you can now pay for your speeding ticket online, an advancement in technology for the CNMI Judiciary and DPS.
In sports, runners lace up their shoes for a race to raise funds for the athletics team headed to Palau.
Stay tuned. These stories and more, they're next.
Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy.
Now flying between Saipan and Rota, Micronesian Air Connections makes island travel safe, comfortable, and easy. Our Cessna Grand Caravan seats 9, offering comfort, space, and panoramic window views. With modern safety tech and experienced pilots, your 40-minute flight is as smooth as it is scenic. Whether you're heading to Rota for a serene escape or back to Saipan for business or family, Micronesian Air Connections is the connection. Book online today at flymax.com. Fly local, fly smart, fly Micronesian Air.
I love Marianas Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on May 30th from our studio on Capitol Hill.
The state of the Commonwealth, according to the Governor Arnold Palacios, made during his public address to the joint legislative session is...
I humbly appear before you today to deliver the State of the Commonwealth address. And if I'm being honest, what makes this humbling is that the state of the Commonwealth could be better. With tourists' arrivals down and businesses closing, the economy could be better. With inflation, labor shortages and construction delays, infrastructure development could be better. And with more and more of our people relocating off island to seek greener pastures, including my own kids, life here could be better.
With congressional and senatorial delegations, judges, commissioners, educators, and the public present, the 10th governor of the Northern Marianas, halfway through his 4-year term of office, gives his first State of the Commonwealth address.
The will and the determination of our Commonwealth. Because for the past 2 years, good, hard-working people have been doing all they can to restore trust, dignity, integrity, and hope in the Northern Marianas. But instead of repeating the mistakes of the past with quick fixes, we have focused on long-term solutions that will benefit everyone and not just a few.
The governor states that since ascending to the office of governor, the island's finances were in need of a complete overhaul with a fiscal deficit that exceeded $500 million.
When Lieutenant Governor Apatang and I came into office, the fiscal state of the office when we came in was a clear symbol for the state of the government's coffer. Everything was a mess. Previous administration stripped the offices almost bare, leaving behind nothing but almost blank walls and empty rooms. That is a fact. In a similar manner, when we opened the financial books, everything was a mess also. Our finances were stripped bare, leaving behind nothing but a large deficit, a long list of questionable expenses, and a long delayed audits with severe weaknesses and deficiencies.
The governor speaks of his administration's accomplishments, balancing the budget, restoring the 80-hour work period, investing in infrastructure, education, environmental stewardship, and broadband technologies, our ongoing relationship with the U.S. military, and the tourism sector. But most importantly, he speaks of hope, of his youth in the CNMI.
That taught us the value of hard work. Sacrifice, public service, and hard work. That's what many of us are doing today. That was the state of the Commonwealth before we even became a Commonwealth. And you know, sometimes I think that perhaps that's the state of mind that we need to return to. We need to return to a state where we sacrifice instant gratification in favor of long-term sustainability for all the members of our community.
After the close to 2-hour speech, island luminaries pose for photos, mingle with each other in a manner that is optimistic yet restrained. Dennis Mendiola, Senate President.
He's talking about, businesses opening up. I have not seen that. In actuality, some of the businesses are actually closing down, so I'm not sure where the numbers are coming from. But when I was Commissioner of Defense, I think we've done everything we could to try and make sure that we stabilize our operation during the time of COVID. So again, we can throw we can throw rocks at people trying their best, but at the time there was no playbook for COVID. So everybody was just trying to come together, work, and trying to get past this because there are people that were dying. Nobody could define what COVID was. So the department actually responded really well, and we managed to save maintain the wellness of the CNMI. So I don't know where that is coming from, but again, he's entitled to his opinion.
And Speaker of the House, Ed Villagomez.
I think the Governor's State of the Commonwealth address was, optimistic, but also real with the situations that we're all facing. He brought up businesses closing, and yes, there are businesses opening, but we could use more of that and more traffic coming this way so that there's more economic activity, which can also help contribute to improving the quality of life here in the CNMI.
Airport real estate is not at all what it once was just a few weeks ago. Let's take a look. At Saipan International Airport, the once bustling DFS store has shuttered its doors. Where shelves once overflowed with luxury goods, now there's only silence and space, an echo of what used to be. Travelers glance around, confused by the emptiness. Currently in place, Top Shelf has set up shop, a humble stand in a sea of vacant floor tiles. They're selling a handful of items, a few bottles of liquor, some souvenirs, and discounted golf apparel. It's honest work, but the contrast is stark. The airport has put up a few pictures on stands, but they only underline the stillness. It's not just a store that closed, it's a chapter that ended, and for now, Saipan waits to see what comes next.
Coming up, MVA gears toward upgrades for safety and accessibility for 3 of our tour sites in the north.
And our locals aboard the Nautilus exploration and the machine that captures samples from the sea floor.
Stay tuned, Cinema.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy.
Half a day, Sinamai. Did you know that car crashes are the leading cause of death for children ages 1 to 13? In order to keep your children safe during a car crash, make sure you select the right type of car seat for their age and size. A rear-facing car seat should be used from birth to 12 months or up to 3 years old. Forward-facing car seats are for children from 1 to 3 or up to 7 years old. Booster seats are for children from 4 to 7 or up to 12 years old. Seat belts are for children 8 to 12 years old or older. For a seat belt to fit properly, the lap belt must lie snugly across the upper thighs, not the stomach. The shoulder belt should lie snugly across the shoulder and chest and not across the neck or face. Do not move your child to the next car seat level until he or she reaches the top height and weight limit allowed by your car seat's manufacturer. Remember, your children are the most precious cargo when driving. Keep us safe and buckle us in. We depend on you. Thank you.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
I never do shop in.
Really?
No, never.
I look for the deals. Sometimes they have deals at the airport.
My wife does the same thing. They definitely have deals at the airport.
You know what you don't realize? Some of the passengers that come through, what they bring at the airport? Cereal.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if mostly Koreans, but they bring through cereal. American cereal. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know. Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's go.
Let's
let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go! Let's go.
Welcome back. You're watching the Friday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
For the Department of Public Safety and the CNMI Judiciary, as far as traffic violations are concerned, the future is now. At the Guma Justicia Atrium this week, Sergeant Adrian Mendiola of the Department of Public Safety Highway Patrol.
Thank you all for coming today, supporting our e-court, e-citation, and e-pay system. This new system allows for officers to focus more on enforcement. As we used to do it before, we used to manually write citations, manually input these citations, and we are still in the process of improving that system. With e-citation, it allows the officers to automatically link the citation directly to the courts, which in return now gives opportunity for for violators to pay that citation sooner, faster.
This system will create instant communications between DPS and the courts, allowing accused traffic violators to be easily identified and for the quick online payments of fines.
These officers now have the tools to have a laptop in front of them. They have drop-down tabs that makes it quicker for them to input this information and accurately. And the main thing is that we don't have them behind the desk manually inputting citations. We just have them fly by an area, it pops up, it's automatically transferred to the courts, which now in return also gives opportunity for the public to also pay these citations a lot quicker and at their convenience.
Judge Roberto Naraha.
As the traffic court judge alongside Associate Judge Govendo, I am especially enthusiastic about the positive impact this system will have on our courts, our justice system.
The DOC, Department of Corrections, AGs, DMV, all link up together so that having this information at our fingertips allows these officers to get vital information such as warrants, driving restrictions, all these other things that are important out there to help apprehend criminals and violators out there.
Officers are already actively citing using the new system, but please note, even though the process of ticketing has changed, accused drivers still have the same protections under the law.
When we give every operator or every violator a ticket, you are not guilty. It's a summons. You can choose to argue that ticket. You can choose to show up in court and defend yourself on the reasons why you're in violation. All of that still applies. The one thing that is changing is that you can do this now online.
What's an ROV and how does it work? More tonight from our locals aboard the Nautilus. The Nautilus Live Exploration Trust uses remotely operated vehicles, ROV. An ROV allows scientists and crew members to explore the ocean without actually being in the ocean. Amanda Dedicatoria, lead science communication fellow from Guam, explains how the technology and connection works.
So this is Hercules kind of like just surveying the seafloor, doing its own thing through these data cables, these fiber optic data cables. That information is transmitted to its sister ROV, Atalanta, which does take the tension from the ship so that Hercules can move freely because they're both these tethered vehicles. Yeah, the animation makes this process super short, but it can be very long since these tethers are miles long. And so the reason why we're able to actually have this call today is through this sort of telepresence system where all that data is transmitted from the ROVs back to the ship, into space, and back to us. This is how we're able to have this call, but also connect with our loved ones.
In addition to representing the Northern Marianas College and working towards future programs for the school, Kelsey McClellan serves as a data logger aboard the vessel.
Part of the role of being on the ship, one of the things that needs to get done is just record anytime we see a new organism or an interesting organism. And then also whenever collection occurs, we need to pretty meticulously record when and where, the who's, how's, why's, and what's of that, and then exactly where it goes on the ROV as well.
This expedition exploring the Mariana Arc volcanoes concluded yesterday. The next one begins on Monday, June 2nd, exploring mud volcanoes and the Mariana Trench.
MVA says they will pump over $1 million into the north starting this summer. Our Chris Nelson reports.
$1.4 million federal dollars for Bird Island Lookout, Suicide Cliff, and the Last Command Post. The 3 Marpi tour sites are about to get a major facelift. MVA's managing director, Jamaica Tyron, says MVA is excited to make these long overdue upgrades that will improve safety and accessibility and the overall visitor experience. MVA says the designs are done and they are ready to initiate a bid process this summer for new walkways, platforms, as well as an ADA restroom facility and more at the iconic tour sites. The improvements come from a grant from the U.S. Economic Development Administration.
We find out the meaning behind a questionable restaurant name at our local annual event. The Marianas Visitors Authority hosts the 26th annual Taste of the Marianas, which features local food from different restaurants. Familiar names feature cuisines that's loved by the public. Herman's Modern Bakery with lemai or breadfruit and other local favorites. The Hut dishing up some burritos, taquitos, and quesadillas with the salsa and guac to match. You can get some cotton candy from Ben Key and enjoy refreshing beverages to wash it all down. Then there's this place. The name even has a number in it.
Oh, my name is Dante. I'm the owner of Canto 10.
What is your inspiration for the name?
Canto is normally a Spanish word, means corner. Because normally our location is in the corner behind the Dollar Days.
And what's number 10?
Then actually I was born October, and October is the 10th month of the year. That's the reason why.
Okay, so the corner and October.
Yeah, it's something like in English you're gonna be considered at 10th Street. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and there you have it. That's why it's called
Canto 10.
Dante says the restaurant features a nostalgic chicken dish that reminds him of home. Come on down tomorrow night to enjoy all the yummy foods and treats on the grounds of the American Memorial Park for this year's very last Saturday, featuring the Taste of the Marianas.
Coming up in sports, runners cross the invisible finish line and race against some invisible runners? We don't want to miss this.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537. Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style. Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans!
Tomorrow morning at Kilili Beach, paddlers will be racing 500-meter sprints. Go time is 7 a.m. Be there early to see it. You know who else will be there? One of our top finishers in our next story.
Her days are spent under the sun running. It is only fitting that her face and her name are tan. The subtitled Tania Tan 5K fundraiser at the Oleai track is being run for the athletes of the upcoming Palau Games. In attendance, Jerry Tan, Northern Marianas Sports Association president.
And of course, on a personal note, my daughter is a runner. So of course, I'm here to spend some time with her and support her.
And she, Tania Tan, having just received her master's degree in communications and her Tan from Hawaii, is hosting this event for her NMI co-athletes.
So today we have this race called the Run the Oleai track, which is essentially a fundraiser for our NMA, Northern Marianas athletics team for the Palau mini games this summer in a few weeks.
Tania is not running on this day, but will be competing for the CNMI in the mini games in Palau.
I think we have a good group. There's like some sprinters, but also some throwers, jumpers, and distance runners. So there's like a bit of variety. And I know at least everyone here back in Saipan are like training really hard. I see them every morning, like in the group chat at like 5 a.m. They have practices. So yeah, I think everyone's been training really hard, and we just can't wait to compete and represent our islands.
Representatives from the NMI women's soccer team.
My name is Justin Atwick. I'm part of the NMI National Women's Team, and we're running the competitive 5K.
Orca, Stacy, and Iris are also running.
We're going to finish in under 25. Try our best. Try our best.
Today there are 5K and 1 mile races. 3 medals are awarded for each sex in each race. Edward de la Cruz sets the ground rules for the competitors, and in a twist of circumstance, so far no woman has registered for the mile run.
Just saying, I got 3 medals for women's that are not in the mile right now. So if I see you at that start line before Tania says go.
And the runners line up for the mile run. The men tear out, and wait, Is that a woman holding up the back of the pack? The mile competitors run 4 laps around the Oleai track, and one young man breaks away from the group and shatters the invisible ribbon. 16-year-old speedster Landon Tafflinger has only been a resident of the CNMI for 3 years, so he doesn't qualify for this year's micro games, but will in years to come. And for the women, running in glorious slow motion with grace and with beauty, our female winner, Anna Mendiola.
And how does it feel defeating all those invisible women?
Great! Great, I'm so proud of myself for coming in first.
The men's 5K winner was Jim Takaru, and the women's 5K winner, Akiko Miller. All of our runners worked on their tans successfully.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, partly cloudy with a 30% chance of isolated thunderstorms, mild east breezes, and low temperatures of around 79 degrees. The weekend continues this pattern with a 20% chance of isolated showers and highs of around 88 during the days and 79 degrees at night. The sun will set at 6:43 p.m. this evening, just after this program, so do yourself a favor and admire the sky and the beauty that colors the scene above. The sun will rise tomorrow, Saturday, at 6:43 a.m. That is just 17 minutes or so before the local paddlers sprint across Kalili Beach in their V12 and V1 canoes. And I will see you and them in the water and on the land. Well, that is news, sports, and weather, CNMI.
Thank you for joining us. Have a good weekend.
See you on Monday.